Happy Friday to everyone. Interesting week. It's crazy how life comes full circle. Played my video from my high school graduation, brought back a lot of emotions 25 years ago. It's interesting to watch that video and to see the stuff that I was saying at 17 and how relevant those words are to my life now, and the censorship and the stuff that I dealt with, in my high school, and how I deal with that at such a larger level in life and my own world, and obviously with the government and the world we live with today. Wanted to do a little quick video here with the holiday weekend coming up on Memorial Day. First, I want to thank all of our servicemen and women for what are real sacrifices and true sacrifices to give us our freedoms, for guys like me to shoot these videos, and for the rest of us to have a voice, have an opinion, and to take a moment and to understand what has to be done and sacrificed for us as Americans to have these opinions and the ability to say them free and willingly. In a world that throws out words like healthcare heroes and thought leaders, so easily, we need to take a step back and understand what true heroes are and what real sacrifice is. At part of Memorial Day, I wanted to take a second to talk about my grandfather, Aubrey Domangue Sr., who fought in World War II, Pacific Campaign, fought in Japan. My grandfather, till today, is probably one of the, if not the, one of the most greatest men that I've ever met. Influenced my life in so many ways. For the time that I knew him, we always asked about the war and what he did and sacrifice, and obviously, he told us he took several lives. But my grandfather never wanted to speak about it. Basically, the journey he took after the war was, I made those sacrifices for my country, for the freedom, and I left it there. My grandmother told me that he left all his gear, his clothes, all that stuff. Didn't want to keep any of it. She begged him to keep some of his World War II memorabilia, and he didn't want anything to do with it because he wanted to leave it behind him. Never wanted to speak about it. Just wanted to move on with his life. My grandfather was a plumber. He bought a house in Houma on 812 Elder Street, which my father later purchased from him. And so that's the house that my father grew up in and I grew up in. And, he lived a very simple life, but my grandfather was more than a simple man. He was very dedicated. My grandfather couldn't walk past a homeless person without giving them money or clothes or food. He literally would give you the shirt off his back. Just an honest man, and his handshake meant something. He didn't have to sign a contract. If he told you he would do it, he would do it, and just lived a very happy and humble life, despite those high-level sacrifices that he did. I'll tell you a story. My father, he just absolutely would get so upset with my grandfather. When he would go buy a car, he would get a new car every so many years. And when he bought a car, he never negotiated with the salesman. He would always pay whatever the sticker price was. And my father just gets so upset, Dad, why are you doing this? It's crazy. That's such a markup. And my grandfather would always look at him and say, that guy has a family and that guy has people to feed. And you got to look at the world just outside yourself and see, the other things that other people have, and just being a good human. That's what he was about, just being a good human. As much as I miss him, as much as I wish he was here to talk to me and tell me, if I'm doing the right things, if I'm fighting the right fight, as much as I miss him, I'm kind of glad that he doesn't have to see what this world's become and what, as Americans, as we bow down and just allow things to happen as they are, how content we become, how much we've forgotten the price of the freedom we have, and how easily we give it away. Papa, I miss you, bud.